Hello guys, welcome back. Today we're gonna do the usual predictions. I'm with Adnan. Adnan, welcome back again.
Thank you, thank you.
So let's start off with predictions. Then we have a lot rather, of stories we want to discuss about relating to football. Let's start with Friday. It starts with Brentford versus Watford.
Brentford versus Watford. I think that's a tricky game. As Brentford are not performing the same way. Their bars are going down. But I think I expect them to beat Watford. But Watford this season, you never know what to expect from them. It's always hard to predict Watford games. So this game, I'm highly predicting a draw. So I might go for a 1-1 draw.
Okay, let's move on to Saturday, Man City versus Wolves.
Man City versus Wolves. I think Wolves played really well the last game against Liverpool, but their problem is scoring. They did not create so many chances. Against Man City, I think Man City will be a hard opponent, and I think it will be harder to face them because they will be passing through them. So I might go with a Man City 2-0 win.
The next one is Arsenal versus Southampton.
Arsenal versus Southampton. I think Arsenal lost against Everton against us. They're in a run of bad run. So for this game, I think it's a hard game. But Southampton are missing the two main keepers. So I will go for an Arsenal win. Arsenal 2-0 win.
Okay, and this one is a really tough fixture. It's Chelsea versus Leeds. Going to be a fast game. Bamford is back. What do you think?
Yeah, this game is tricky because Leeds have been losing this season. But with how Chelsea performed against West Ham and the way Leeds play, I think they will match each other. But I think Chelsea might just get ahead. So I might go with a Chelsea win, a Chelsea 3-1 win.
Okay, and then the next big talk of the town is Liverpool versus Aston Villa. Steven Gerrard being welcomed home. What do you think about that game?
Liverpool versus Aston Villa, that's a hard game. I think Steven Gerrard back, he will try and disappoint Liverpool. But with Liverpool this season, they are playing really well, but I think you never know what to expect with them. So with this game, I'm not that hopeful. I might go for I'm actually going with a 2-2 draw. Steven Gerrard to take the point from Liverpool.
Okay. The last game for Saturday is Manu's Ralph Ragnick versus Norwich. What do you think of that?
Yeah, I think with Ralph, I think he came a good time because our upcoming fixtures are easy, but we also struggle against easy teams. We were beaten 4-1 by Watford. We really struggle against them. But I think Norwich will be an easy win. And I hope so. It will be an easy win for us. I hope it is like a 4. I will go for a 3-0 win.
And we move on to Sunday. Sunday, the day starts with Brighton versus Tottenham. Brighton have been having a run of draws, and Tottenham have won, I think, the past 2 games. What do you think of that game?
Brighton versus Tottenham, and that game will be the first, I think, the first hard game for Antonio Conte. But for that game, I don't know if that game will continue because of the COVID. But if it continues, I might actually go with a disappointing game. I think it will be a 0-0 game or a 1-0 Tottenham win.
Okay, Burnley versus West Ham is next. What do you think?
West Ham are on form. They beat almost every big team. But the problem with West Ham, they lose points where they should not. So against Burnley, they might lose points, but I don't see it. So this one I will go with an easy West Ham win. Is it West Ham 3-0 win?
Okay, not bad. We move on to Leicester versus Newcastle. Don't forget before you start your prediction, Newcastle won their first game. Even though it was 1-0, it's still 3 points. What do you think about that?
I think they will come with this game with a lot of confidence, but and also against the Leicester. Yeah, Leicester are struggling this season. They are losing points left and right, but Newcastle are on. They have the after winning their first game, they will be full of confidence. They will play really well, but I don't expect them to win against Leicester. But for this game, I might actually go for a 1-1 draw.
Okay, Crystal Palace versus Everton finishes game week 16. Everton flying with confidence after beating Arsenal this past weekend. What do you think of this game?
Yeah, I think Everton have a lot of confidence going to this game, and they won against Arsenal after 8 games or something. But with Crystal Palace, I think they had disappointing run. They were drawing, then they lost against us. Their problem is I don't know. I can't find the problem with Crystal Palace, but I think that game Everton might actually edge it. I will go for an Everton 2-1 win.
Okay, I think we're done with the predictions. We're heading into Christmas time, Boxing Day, and other holidays that are coming up. But the Premier League is going on nonstop. It's like every day is a game week. It's a match day, whichever you would prefer. What do you think about this time?
Yeah, I think that's great for the fans. I think a lot of entertainment during this holiday period for them. But I think that's a hard one for the players, as Jurgen Klopp was complaining about the fixtures, how they are close to each other. And but I think the team with a lot of, I think this will prove that the team with a second team, like their first team choice and their second team choice, this period will show Man City's quality, because some games they will use their big players, some games they will use their second team, which is still a good team. But the likes of Liverpool and Arsenal, Man U, with less squad depth, will struggle.
Yeah, we're heading into a time that a single game decides the whole table. Speaking of the table, let's move on to number 1, 2, and 3. Man City with 35 points, Liverpool with 34, and Chelsea with 33 points. It's a really tight race for number 1, especially during this time of congested games. What do you think about the top half of the table?
Yeah, it's great. It's great for entertainment, but for number 1, number 2, and 3, I think this is the time that they will show their quality, because so many players will get injured during this time. Liverpool will lose some players in the African Cup, and the range will go wider and wider. But I think I was, and for this season I was going for a Liverpool win to win the league. But I think after they lose the likes of Salah, Mane, Keita, they're big stars, I think they will struggle. So I think it's between Chelsea and Man City, and the way Chelsea are playing, I don't see them winning, and it's a disappointing one. But I think Man City might just edge it, because they don't have so many African players and they are playing really good football.
Yeah, it will be really tight. Don't get me wrong. Number 3 and 4, the gap is like 6 points, but from 4 to 7, there is a tight gap also. It will determine also how the table will look like, who's going to the Champions League, Europa League, and Europa Conference League. What do you think of that? The teams are...
Yeah, that one.
Uh-huh.
I think that one is a tight one, because with Arsenal, I think Wolves are also there. Man United, West Ham,
Tottenham.
and I think Tottenham also. With the thing is, with Tottenham, they are in that race, but also with a game in hand. They have played one game less, and they are against Burnley in that game. With the thing I'm fearing about Tottenham is Conte. Once Conte goes for something, I think to get him out of that number will be hard. If Conte goes for the Champions League spot, it will be hard for him, for other teams. But I expect Man United to have, after that appointment, I hope Man United attain that Champions League. But it's a hard one because Tottenham, Man United, Arsenal, all of them are going for it. But we'll see.
Yeah, it's a really close one. Speaking about Tottenham, Tottenham have been recently had a COVID outbreak, affecting like about 14, I think, players. I don't know. I don't know the number exactly, but
Eh,
it's like the same scenario with Arsenal in the beginning of the season. There was a COVID outbreak. The games weren't cancelled. Do you think Tottenham's games will be cancelled?
And maybe I'm leaning towards yes, but the way Tottenham are making it, they are making it like it's so many players, and the number is getting bigger and bigger. I think it's eight people, and five of them are staff. So I don't think there's a big problem because that's like three players. I'm sure those three players are like bench players, but they might cancel. We never know.
Because it will cause like a huge argument. Because if you think about it, Arsenal had players that had COVID during when the Premier League actually started, but they were criticized because they lost those games and we didn't have those players in. Will it bring a what's this called?
Debate.
No, a perspective of being unfair between Tottenham and Arsenal, or?
Yeah, man, I don't think so because when Arsenal had their players, I think Arsenal did not make it a big deal. They were just saying they have their squad missing. But Tottenham are making it like breaking news, breaking news. The squad is getting bigger, bigger. The numbers are getting bigger. It will be a big one. But I don't think they will cancel. They will cancel the games for them. But if they cancel, I think it might cause a small debate. But I don't think it will be that much of a big debate.
Yeah, this topic will be really controversial because if you side with Arsenal had it was the beginning of the season, so no one wanted the first game of the season to be cancelled. And Tottenham right now, it's the middle of the season, so everyone is like, it's not bad, like that. But it's a really controversial topic.